Hello everyone, welcome to day 202 of playing chess every day for you. Let's find the game. We get e4, move 1, so I could choose to play the Scandinavian defense. And I think just because I've played the Caro-Kann so many times, I'll go for it. They choose to push, I can simply just attack the pawn, can bring my bishop out. They stop me from ever pushing down here. I can stop them from ever bringing a piece to the square. Obviously e6 is good. Trading here weakens their structure, but they can take with the queen. I could lock the bishop in, but they take with the pawn, it hangs her. Yes, they take with the queen. I could just start bringing my bishop out. What do I play here? I think e6 makes sense. My bishop doesn't have many good squares to go to, but I think it will be quite fine on e7 for now. I can also bring my knight right now. The problem is they can go to this square. Knight out, they can also just take, which I really don't like. I think I have to strike the center just so I can develop to this square. They take, I take with the knight. Although taking with the queen does pressure this, so they actually allow me to take in the center, which has to be good for me. If they take, I can take. They take with the pawn, that's fine. I could just develop normally this way. Now I have the option of bringing my bishop into the game. I can just develop the bishop. I could castle. I can bring my knight, which makes a lot of sense. It can't be removed on f5 for the moment. They bring the rook over. I'm not really trying to attack that rook though. I can just develop the knight, bring my bishop out and castle, and I think I'll be okay. This knight's stopping my queen from coming out into the game. So I think I'll just have to maybe even play something like queen b8 and choose to push to put pressure on this long term, but I'm not actually sure. Bishop c5 seems okay. They choose to temper my queen. Can't take that. I don't see any tactics. I can block and then I'm attacking the piece. That seems like a waste of tempo. Now I'm the one that's attacking the piece, so not sure what they were doing. They choose to take. Could take with the queen or with the knight. I don't want to take with the knight. I think it's quite good putting pressure on this. I don't want to go back. Although if I take with the knight and then go here. I take with the knight, go knight g6, and they have to try and protect this pawn very heavily. Taking with the queen though is just more active. I can just go ahead and castle as well. Can bring my rook to the d file as well. They just develop, but doesn't really hold any squares. Could long castle and actually bring a rook to this file. Long castling looks interesting, but I think short castling is completely fine for now. I can have my rooks on the f and d files. Could jump the knight back and stop expanding on this side. They can't really play b4 because, I mean at the moment they can't play b4. Because I'd always just take. Maybe they're planning to play c4. I mean, pushing doesn't do anything. Could jump back and play c5. If I take, they can just take. If I push through, it's actually attacked. Although I push through, yeah, if I push through, they just have permanent pressure on this. They could take. They could actually just take, unless I play queen up. If I take, it activates their piece, but could take and play b5. Is it better to push or to take? I'm not sure. I could just play c6 and stay solid. I can go for b5 also. b5 take, but then they take. They choose to take. Could take either way. I think I want to take towards the center, like this. They do have this open file, but that's not the biggest problem. The queen slides over. It just puts pressure on the pieces. They could come in with a rook or something. I can simply just develop though. I can play knight c6 and everything's defended. I'm threatening knight d4 to some extent with the tempo on the queen. Could play rook c8 and then play knight d4. Which actually comes with a good threat. A very good threat. Rook c8, rook a8, knight d4, the queen will be hanging. If we trade rooks, I have a fork. This has to be good for me. Knight d4 seems very, very nice. Well, this kind of actually helps me. A triple fork. Takes. They take. But doesn't that just lose the queen? Has to be better for me. They choose to go this way, that's fine. I can just play queen d5, or not at the moment. But I can just bring my queen into the game. And then develop my knights, and it should be good for me. No, this is actually just much better for me. I have the queen. I think a simple thing to do here would just be to push. Just push the d pawn. Don't see what they're trying here. They can't even come in with the rook. Because this square is protected. I can simply push. Although pushing now would... push... They can go here. Just uncomfortable. But I can just pin the knight to the rook and then push. b6 looks like it wins the piece. They jump forward. Maybe they're threatening to take here. If they take here though... So push, they take, I take. Yeah. If they take, I take. And if they take, I can push. Well, they found a nice move to attack my queen. I actually didn't see them going back. I couldn't take their rook. That wouldn't be good for me. I can just slide over, play queen up and defend everything. I guess they're doubling up on that, but I have this move just push. Then after, they're not really threatening anything. They can win the pawn, but they're not threatening anything there. I have to be careful of check, but it should be okay though. Although they take, I have to be very careful of check. They'll probably try and kick the knight away. If rook over. Wow, really? Takes. They're threatening mate. I can always just push. Well, they can't even come in. Check. Wait, wow, really? If takes mate, or have pushed. Knight back loses the knight. Can't come in here. I think h6 was the only move. They can't protect their knight. My king has to stay safe though. I can't allow them to have anything here. Knight e4 makes sense. They'll just end up losing material here. If knight e4, maybe I can even threaten the fork. Maybe I don't even have to take. Although it's probably best just to take. With tempo on the other knight. Yeah, both their knights are hanging, they can't protect both. I think just takes is best here. Just takes, check, I'm safe. Has to be takes, that works here. My king can always run to safe square. I can even go knight to d4 here to threaten the fork. Threatening to win a pawn, threatening a fork. They can give a check, but I just run. Could even give this check first, and then if their king steps away, I come in with a check. That's a nice pin, but I can just win the rook this way, so... And they resign, we get a fantastic win. Let's look at this game. They played with a 69, I played with an 82.3. I had one blunder though, that threw away the game entirely. And so did they. I really missed something this game. So knight c6, bishop out, it makes sense. e6 instantly is the best move. Striking the center is good. It is best to play knight g6 instead of f5, just to pressure this long term. Castling's good. It was best to push through. I did play c6 though and kept everything solid. This was a mistake. This was a blunder which completely missed something here. I guess they just take because what if I take? Knight takes d4, wow. And everything's protected. This just loses material completely. They just up a clean piece. So it was knight to d4 that wasn't the right move. They had to just take the knight and stop the threat on their queen. They take, that's such a simple mistake from myself. I end up just losing material. There's nothing good that comes from this for me. I am very lucky that they took the rook first, hanging their queen. That lost them the game. Them taking is worse for them because I just win material. They can pin me, but I just have a discovered check on the rook, and that's it. I guess the only mistake this game was knight to d4, which I didn't calculate at all. I just played it instantly. Could have just taken the pawn. It was a free pawn though. Best move is rook takes c8. Then knight takes f3 check, and g takes f3. Then rook takes c8 back. And I'm just up a pawn. I'm doing much better. So I did blunder there, but they just blundered back instantly. None of us calculated, and so I get the win. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.